Hey guys, and welcome back to today's NBA pick video play for November 7th, 2017. To get all of our NBA plays, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com. Linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So heading into Tuesday's action, a lot of contests on the board to choose from. These are my favorite days. So many different spreads to work our way through. But in this one, we're going to be talking about this contest here over in the Eastern Conference between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The road team today, Milwaukee, coming in as about 4-point underdogs here. Not a surprise considering the fact that Milwaukee did not look great earlier in the year on their home court against the Cavaliers, losing that one by a final of 97 to 116. But also you have to weigh in the fact that the Cavaliers have not been playing great ball as of late. And Milwaukee as well, obviously they don't have the same kind of star power that Cleveland has, but another team that isn't necessarily performing up to the expectations that they've set for themselves coming into the year. So this is a Milwaukee team with that 4-5 overall record. They've gone on to lose the last 3 contests in a row. They were blown out at home by the Thunder, and now they've lost back-to-back road games against the Charlotte Hornets and the Detroit Pistons. Now going into their 3rd straight road contest here against a Cleveland team that should be a bit more motivated given the fact that they came up short again in their last outing, which came at home. And given that poor result for Cleveland, that 2-point loss against the Atlanta Hawks, they should certainly have a bit more motivation coming into this one, much like we saw in Cleveland's 130 to 122 road win against the Wizards. They hadn't been playing great ball. They had just fallen on their home court to the Pacers by a rather significant margin, and that seemed to kind of spark this veteran group to put in the effort to go and get that win against the Wizards. Then they kind of fell back a bit again in their last outing, so expect a better performance, especially early on from Cleveland in this one. The starters have not been getting this team off to a good start. They've been having to fight themselves out of significant holes and margins, and that's certainly going to be a focus point for the Cavaliers coming into this one, trying to get off to a better start, to set up their bench, to continue to have the kind of success that we've been seeing out of that Cleveland bench. But going back to the road team today, the Bucks, they've been getting tremendous contributions from their star Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's averaging 31 points per game. There's almost nothing this guy can't do other than maybe shoot consistently from range, but that doesn't even really matter with how consistent he's able to get into the paint. In that one game that Milwaukee's already played against Cleveland this year on their home court, in that performance, Giannis Antetokounmpo was one of the only guys that actually had a really solid performance. He scored 34 points, 15 of 22 shooting from the floor, grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing out 8 assists, but he just didn't get the kind of support from the rest of his cast that he would have needed to get the Bucks into a more competitive spot than they were able to have there against the Cavaliers. And that's concerning given the fact that the Bucks lost that one by 19 points at home, and Antetokounmpo had an incredibly efficient performance. So certainly a concern for them coming to this one. They could get another very strong performance out of Antetokounmpo and still potentially go on to lose this one. So going on over to the home team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously not getting off to the kind of start that they want to, but this isn't a team that's built for regular season success. They have a lot of old players. What they're just trying to do is work their way into the postseason, maybe as a 3 or 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, in what's a pretty weak Eastern Conference as compared to where we've seen the East as opposed to last year, given all the star power that shifted over to the West. Cleveland, even without putting in 100% effort on a night-to-night basis, they can still work their way into one of those 3 to 2 seed situations, maybe with about 47, 48, 49 wins on the year. That could be a situation that Cleveland plays themselves into. Also, this is going to be a team that should get reinforcements at some point in the year when Isaiah Thomas comes back, a guy that is certainly the offensive punch that he can bring should be a difference maker for the Cavaliers. But right now, with this older veteran roster, they need more incentives to try to play better, and what better incentive can you have than being 4-6 overall, coming off of a disappointing home loss against the Atlanta Hawks? That seems like the perfect incentive to really coach this group up, get them more focused coming into this one, and get off to a better start. It hasn't been LeBron James' fault by any means. He's averaging about 29 points a game, over 9 assists, shooting over 60% from the floor. He's basically been to the Cavaliers what Antetokounmpo has been to the Bucks, but neither guy getting the kind of support from their cast needed to have more success than what we've been seeing. So right now on the year, Cleveland, they rank 8th in the NBA in scoring average. That's not their issue. It's their defense, which ranks 28th in the NBA in points allowed, and their plus-minus is about -5 at this point in the season. In comparison to the Bucks, they haven't been great on really either side of the ball. 21st in the NBA in scoring average, 19th in total team defense, so they're below league average in both situations, and their plus minus is at about minus 3 points on the year, so not quite as bad as the Cavaliers, but the Cavaliers have had some really stinky performances, and you can also compare that to the Bucks as well, who've had a couple of blowout defeats of their own, but they've also been able to dish out some pain occasionally along the way as well to keep that plus minus at a little bit better margin. But coming into this one, we've been talking up Cleveland as having more incentive and motivation to perform in this one, and also we like the fact that the Cavaliers have already blown out the Bucks on the road earlier in the year, so they should have confidence that they can take care of business and utilize those same matchup issues here against the Bucks that they were able to exploit in that first win. So when you add it up, we are going to go ahead siding with the home team to get the bounce back win and cover this manageable spread here, just giving the 4 points as our NBA pick video play. And again, guys, to get all of our NBA plays, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.